Okay, this is Polish Patriot here. My name's Rob. My first attempt on making a YouTube video. I apologize if my lighting is a little off. I'm still trying to get everything worked out, all the kinks. I have to wait 24 hours apparently before I can actually go live. So I'm going to make a little video first. Give you a little background about myself. I'm a single dad. My wife passed away 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. I've got a little. I'm going to do something about that. Just seems like a lot of glare off my eyes there, but I don't know. What would take the glare away from my glasses? It's the screen. I can take my glasses off and talk to you guys just like this. But no, widower, single dad of an awesome, incredible 7-year-old little girl. 50 years old. Was a chef for many years and never really got into politics much. I followed a little just to be up on current events, but when the presidential race started with Trump and Hillary is when I really started to pay attention. And then Q started, and it snowballed from there. You know, Twitter and Q drops, and gosh, there's so many other guys out there in the Matrix. Joe M, Dilly, funny guy. You gotta watch his show. But I decided, I'm out there busting my butt to try and leave something for my daughter, and I don't know, the way the world's going, the way people are today, it's very hard for me to deal with people. So even in an administrative way, in a work environment, it doesn't matter. People are just fucked up these days. I'm gonna be like Dilly. I'm just gonna go out there and say what I want to say without a filter. Because if you don't like this YouTube channel, you don't have to subscribe and you don't have to watch. I would like it if you did. I think it'd be cool. But I seriously want to just start spreading some of the truth that's out there. When people really find out the evil that really is in place in our government, in Hollywood, in the Catholic Church, and how those three are actually connected. There's just so much information. Q, to me, you can say he's a LARP. You can say it's some guy in his basement. You could say whatever you want to say. It's military intelligence. The latter is what I actually believe it is. But whoever is behind it, in my 51 years of being on this planet, is the most interesting, intelligent, genius, intriguing thing that I have ever seen in my life. If you could tell, I'm a patriot. I'm a diehard Yankees fan. I love my baseball, and I could sit and watch hours of it. So this Q thing has really gotten me to where I'm like, wow, just the clues that he's put out, the crumbs as they call it, just proofs, as they call them, have come out, and which has proved that Q has been correct about these things. The biggest one lately is the Epstein thing that Q's been giving us information about for months and months now. But I'm finding, I'm no special anon. I'm no nerd who sits at a computer all the time. I'm no decoder or any of that. I'm just a patriot who feels that there are many, many people out there who still need to be red-pilled and who may be in the middle, maybe even be far left. And I really don't think there's much hope for people that are far, far left, extreme left, but I do think that there's maybe even a smidgen of hope for them. So we just have to spread this message. We have to spread the truth. There are so many guys out there that, between Twitter and YouTube, if you really, really want to understand what's going on with this whole Q phenomenon and with our government and with the world leaders and people that really control everything, if you really want to know what's going on, then the first thing I suggest you do is watch a video by Joe M., The Plan to Save the World. It's an amazing video. It really tells you what's been going on in our world for centuries now, and I should say centuries, I should say decades now. And it's really mind-blowing how evil and corrupt and just plain outright nasty these people are that have been running the world and running our governments in the United States and other countries. And so I just think this message needs to be shared. All I'm going to do is share the facts that are out there, give a bit of my opinion, and that's going to be my thing. I might get one follower, I might get 100,000 followers. I don't know. I don't know where this is going to lead. I don't know how far this can go. But I've been putting it off for too long. It's something that I really wanted to do. Something, things that I really want to say. I have a lot to say, and I want to get that out there. But as I was saying, if we go to what I was saying about out there on Twitter and YouTube, I suggest following In the Matrix, Joe M., Dilly. There's a few others out there, and later on, as I do more shows and I keep going, I am going to just tell you about more people out there that I think have really good information, that are really on this thing. Like I said, I do have a 7-year-old little girl, who is my life, who is my love, who is everything to me. Taking care of her supersedes everything else. So I honestly don't know how these guys, with families and wives and girlfriends and children, how they manage the time and have a full-time job on the side. I don't know how they do it. I struggle just working 40 hours and taking care of my daughter. That's my time. And I'm going to be doing this late at night while she's sleeping. So either the summertime or in school, she'll be able to not be hindered by my absence if I'm doing this during the day or something like that. Summertime, it's hard to do during the day because she's awake. We go swimming in the pool. We do other things, but we play together. We do a lot together. So my best bet is to do this at night, midnight hour when she's sleeping. This way, she's not missing out on time with me, and I'm not ignoring her. And I can still do this. I may lose a little bit of sleep, but I think it's going to be worth it. So I'm kind of rambling, but I'm just getting started here. Like I said, I'm going to keep doing these videos, and I actually created my own YouTube channel. I think it's cool as hell. There's others out there. It's not even just in politics, but like if you look at like Hobby Kids TV, some of the channels that my daughter watches, Hobby Kids TV. Let's give it that one for starters. These people was a husband and wife. They had 2 kids, 2 boys, and they started doing videos on YouTube of their kids opening up toys, and they told you how the toy worked and how to put it together and what it was. And then they went to the next toy and they did the same thing, and they just started doing that. And then months went by, and they kept doing it, and they kept getting more followers. And a couple of years have gone by. They have 2 more kids. They have a cartoon. They have toys with their Hobby Kids logo on it and coming to Walmart. They're making millions, all because they put a video on YouTube. And I think that in this day and age, in the technology age, I don't have to bust my ass and break my back as hard as I have my whole life to make something for my daughter. We may do more than one channel. I may do something fun with her. We'll see how that works. We'll see, in the future. I just started tonight. I just figure out how to put a YouTube channel together. I'm downloading my first video. So I think this is going to be interesting. This is going to be a lot of fun. It may get exciting. It may get better. I'm doing this on my own. Like most, my favorite right now to watch is Brendan Daly, The Daily Show. He's actually got a producer now. They're doing some fancy things on the computer. I'm not even close to coming to that yet. Daly's a pretty smart guy. I'm not an author. I was actually a chef for many years. I was thinking on doing some recipes and making French onion soup and, steak tartare and showing you how to do it here on YouTube in some videos. And and that may even be something in the future that I may still do. But I've just, in my 50 years, started to recently really get into politics and what our government's doing and how we, the people, are supposed to have control of the government, and we don't. There's a deep state cabal, if you want to call it, that controls everything. And we see people's like, oh, you can't fight the government. And I disagree. One person is going to be very hard, but 1 million people can fight the government very effectively and actually get results. If you think about ants, one ant in right now, say I'm drinking my iced tea here, and and one ant crawls up my glass. I can flick the ant off. He's done, gone. Squish him, whatever. He's done. Now, at the same time, 1 million ants. 1 million ants are crawling over this glass. The glass is going to be, the glass is going to disappear under the ants. You're not going to be able to even see the glass. There's just going to be so many, and I won't be able to touch it without getting ants all over me, and it's just going to, you get my point. One ant is very ineffective. 1 million of them can really take over. Those ants are this big. That big. But when there's 1 million of them, how many times bigger am I? How many sizes bigger am I than an ant? A carpenter ant, whatever, red ant. One of them. But when there's 1 million of them, they can overpower pretty much anything. And I think that's the same way that we have to get our mind about the government is you need to fix shit. You need to fix shit soon, But unless, especially the condemnation of the right, especially of the censorship of the right, especially the liberal mindset. That, I mean, you and I both know. We look at the news cycle every day, and we see some of this shit that comes on, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, really, are you that crazy? So I think that I lost my point, and I might do that a lot. Another thing about me is I'm a hippie. I smoked a lot of weed in my day. Does it make me a bad guy? I don't know. I don't care. But short-term memory is a little hard. I forget things sometimes. It's hard for me to remember right away unless I write it down or something. There's some stuff stuck in my brain that'll never come out, But I really wanted to do something and put a voice and as you all know, today was the day of the social media summit in Washington, and everybody out there that is really working hard to get the truth out was appreciated by Trump and his administration, and he understands the fake news is pretty much straight out lying. They're just lying to you, American people. The ones that we trust with the news, with information that we have the right to have, and they're just plain out lying. There's extreme liberal bias in the media. CNN, is nicknamed Clinton News Network, and you wonder why. But it's true, and Brendan Dilley does definitely explain this a little better than me. And I'm going to get better at this as I go along. I'm rambling here. I'm just trying to get my points out, let you know who I am, what I'm going to be doing on my YouTube channel. But there's this amount of people that are in the middle. They're not left, they're not right. They're kind of in the middle. And, swing voters. And they couldn't be swung either way, Personally, I was that way. I believe liberals and conservatives both had good points, both had bad points. Somewhere in the middle was where they should have met to resolve their issues. But that was the beauty of government. This side said, something's wrong, and this side said, well, this is sort of wrong, and this side said, well, this is what we're going to do about it, and this side says, well, no, this is what we're going to do about it, and this is all they do. They go back and forth. That issue that's in the middle never gets resolved. That's government. That's government. We're going to do it this way, and we're going to do it this way. The bipartisan issues, bipartisan results are few and far between. So that's how the government's been, doing what they've been doing for so many years. They just go back and forth, and the problems never get resolved. Or the problem gets resolved on one side by some sort of bill that gets passed and fucks a bunch of shit up. So now this side has to go, and when the new president comes in and new House members and all that stuff, and they get, this side strong, then they start making laws and changing laws again. And then this side gets power, and it just goes back and forth. That's all they're doing. It's just going back and forth. And we, the American people, are the ones that suffer. So, in the political climate, when you are pandering for votes, when you really, pandering is just a hard word, and Democrats do it a lot, but when you're looking for votes, you have to appeal to a certain demographic, and you can't. The left's problem is, and Dilley explains this a little better than I do, but the left's problem is they pander only to the left, only to the far left. They don't pander to the middle. You're not going to sway the far left to go far right. You're not going to sway the far right to go far left. It's those that are in the middle that you can sway either way. Okay, and this is why Trump is doing so well, even better than he was in 2016, because the people in the middle are at least have the cognitive capacity to look at facts and look at results, and Trump has given us results. He has done it more than any other president in history, I believe. So, wow. I sometimes forget what point I was trying to make. But, so, I think that's what we need to do as conservatives. I don't consider myself a Republican. I consider myself a conservative. But I do see good points in liberal arguments, and I see good points in libertarian. Not too much libertarian arguments, but there are good points in liberal arguments. There are more bad points, but there's bad points in conservative arguments. Conservative arguments. So there's meet in the middle. That's, I think one side can't always be the side to give in. You gotta compromise on both sides. And if both sides would do that at the same time and meet in the middle, a lot more shit would get fixed and a lot more shit would get resolved in our country. But that's not the way it works. But my point is, so the reason why I'm here is just like Dilly's doing, just like the Matrix, just like you got to red pill these people in the middle. I think we need to be relentless and not stop and even go for the far left. But we got to get the people in the middle first, because there's power in numbers, and the more people we get over to the conservative side, onto the right side, the easier it'll be to go after the far left. And that's going to be a long time coming. It's not going to happen in a week or two. Our news cycle is going to show that a lot of these big name people are going down. Hillary, Obama, Epstein is going to take a lot of people down. Between Pizzagate and between Pizzagate, I think half of Washington is done between those two alone. So here's to hoping that this turns into something bigger. Here's to hoping that my daughter can someday be proud of me by, being a part of this. I'm a nobody. I'm nobody special. And neither are any of the other guys. But together, we're something hugely special. Me as myself, I'm nobody. Matrix as himself is nobody. Brendan Dilly as himself is nobody. But collectively, all of us together, and I want to be a part of that. I never got a chance to serve. My biggest regret in life was coming very close to joining the Navy and being in the military at some point, but I never did. I'd rather, I was 18. I'd rather go party and get laid. So I kind of fucked up when I was younger. But I want to serve my country in some way. I'm too old now. I'm too blind. I'm too crotchety to join the service. But I still think that in some kind of way that it's possible for me to serve my country. And I want to do that. And I think the best way for me to do that would be to share this information and just start this YouTube channel and just be a part of this movement. It's the Great Awakening. The Great Awakening. I'm going to share in the future. I'm going to share some pictures and some videos and some stuff. Even from my life. My church's pastor had the windows on the front door of the church. Called, it was 2018, the Awakening, and it was true. 2018 was full of Q drops and Q telling us about the awakening, about everybody waking up, and all of us digital soldiers that are out here that are sharing the information. You know, I thought for a while that I could just go on Twitter and I can just retweet everybody's stuff and share. Look at what's going on, share. But I'm sharing to the same people that are sharing the same stuff that I am. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to. Really take off. I don't know if I'm going to get followers. I don't know if this is going to come of anything. But I'm giving it a shot. I kind of have the camera angled here to where you can kind of see me, but then also I got my Betsy Ross flag, my Captain America shield over there. I purposely did that so you could see that. The Betsy Ross flag is just great. I'm actually thinking about getting a couple more stars and putting them right there to make a Q. Or wait, is this backwards? Right there to make a Q. Q on my flag. I think it'll be pretty cool. But I got what do I got? Just 3.5 minutes left. Because I want to do these 30 minutes at a time. If I stretch it to an hour at a time, that's okay. I might do that. But I think I'm going to do these videos 30 minutes at a time. Just start it off and just share some information. We may be able to go to Twitter with this. We may be able to go. I don't know. I'm not too Twitter savvy and video savvy on how that works. Doing my own videos, but I'm going to figure it out. And we're gonna get bigger and bigger, and I'm gonna try harder and harder every day, just to do this and make this this experience incredible for me and hopefully worthwhile for you. Because I think that in this day and age, that us as Americans need to come together and fight the evil that's out there. And if you don't think that pedophilia and child trafficking and Satan worship is evil, then you should probably go to church. I don't know what else to tell you. But in any case, I got 2 minutes left. So I want to thank. I don't know who I want to thank. My first time making a video. I just want to thank all of you for deciding to give me a chance and see what's out there. But and see what I have to say. But gonna sign off. Gonna say cool. I'm really psyched about this. I'm really ready to give this a shot. Don't know how many days a week I'm going to do this yet. I don't know much about it all I know is I just started. I just half an hour ago figured out how to make a video for YouTube. So, and I can either go live or I can pre-record the videos. But we're figuring all this out one day at a time. And we're going to keep coming at it and coming at you guys and letting you guys in on some of this information. But one person I do want to thank, and that's actually Brendan Daly at The Daily Show. He actually kind of is the one that really motivated me to start doing this. He's funny. He says shit and fuck a lot, which, hey, look, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, but I cuss, I smoke weed, I like women a lot. But as a sinner, that's why I need Jesus in my life. I'm definitely not perfect, and I never ever will claim to be. So I kind of relate to him in a way like that, but he's given me some inspiration. I love his show, and hopefully I can be just as funny. Probably not. He's a pretty funny guy, but hopefully I can be just as entertaining and give you guys something worthwhile. So wish me luck, and God bless you, and God bless America.